Yes, good morning, our dear viewers of CTTV. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following all our shows on CTTV. It's Mercy Kigundu again for the Talk to Me show. Sorry, I've been away for quite a long time. For those that got to know, I was very sick, but thank God I'm now getting better. And today I've had the chance to visit one of our special people here at St. James Catholic Church in Bina, and we are going to be talking about a number of things that you, our dear viewers, have been asking about. Please get us someone to talk about this and that. He's here to answer all your questions and all the issues that you may be having about marriage. Yes, Father, thanks for having us here.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much. Can you say a word or two to our viewers before we go ahead?
Thank you very much, Mercy Kigundu, for giving me the opportunity to talk on this Talk to Me show, to be covered on CTTV with our slogan, "We Got You Covered." Thank you all for subscribing to this TV. Thank you for all your feedback to our TV, and we pray and hope that you may have your answers answered today on the questions and the issue of marriage. Thank you all, and you're welcome.
Oh, you had the priest. If he's following us, if he's viewing us, then why not you? Please subscribe. Keep viewing all our shows. Yes. Please tell the viewers about yourself and what you do here at St. James Catholic Church. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mercy Kigundu. My names are Father Joseph Ssebayiga. I'm the new parish priest of St. James Catholic Parish, Bina. I only came here last year in November 2020, having served in Entebbe Catholic Parish for 12 years. Then I was posted here to serve as the parish priest. Incidentally, by the time we got here, things were just opening up. We are getting used to the parishioners, to the area of Bina, Mutungo, Luzira, Chitintale, and guess what? Now we are in another lockdown.
I know.
But I bet not everything is locked down because we have TVs like CTTV. So let us not feel that every opportunity has been closed on us because we can use this forum, this TV that is online.
Our hearts are still open to the Lord anyway. Okay, yes, Father Joseph. Yes, we're happy to have you. Our viewers, like we said, have been asking a lot about marriage. Some need help, by the way, though it's very unfortunate we cannot come face to face with our priests during this time. But then there's an itching issue, apparently. It's about the marriages lately, because we have many ceremonies, each weekend, people are wedding, even during this lockdown. We are having the functions, but there's an issue. The marriages, most of the times, do not last. And people are more scared of, have you heard of the phrase, "it will end in tears"? You've heard of it. So someone goes in, yes, they are already scared of that because the world is ready to mock them when things go bad, because the world is already expecting things to go bad. Why is it like that? And yet we are having these marriages blessed in churches, with the functions, with the ceremonies and all that. But then in the end, they don't usually take that long. Yes, contrary to what it was some years back. Yes, what could be the issue? Is there a gap that needs to be filled within the church? Or is it us, the believers, that are going off what we were supposed to? Yes.
Thank you once again, Mercy Kigundu, for that question. We are having so many celebrations of marriages in churches, even in lockdown, but yet they are not lasting. So the issue is not with the church, because I bless what you give me. If you come to be blessed and you are not truthful in what you are giving me, so the question is not the church is not doing her work. So first and foremost is why do people enter into marriage? Sometimes we enter into these unions for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
But according to the church, the purpose of marriage, there are two purposes. Purpose number one is for the good of the married couple. Okay? So that each one may have a good life. Meaning, if you bring these two people together, a man and a woman, if they come together, it means they have come to be companions. They have come to support one another.
Yes.
They have come to sacrifice themselves so that the other may be better. Okay? So if that is our purpose, number one, for the good of us, the two, it means we are going to sacrifice any other thing so that we make each other, better.
It takes sacrifice.
Yes.
Because you're now two people.
So if that is the original purpose, that we are going to serve one another, if I don't have other ulterior motives that I've come maybe to steal, I've come maybe to stay for a short time, and the purpose to sacrifice myself to enable my companion to have a better life, then maybe marriages can last. Secondly, the other purpose is to have children and to educate them. Okay, to have children and to educate them. So if we are coming in this union and our purpose is to have children, but also to educate them, it means we are looking at something that is going to last longer. Because it does not take 1 month to have a child. It does not take only 1 year to educate a child.
Yes.
So if we are looking at having children and educating them, probably we are looking at something that is not going to last for less than 25 years. So if our hearts are into those two purposes, for the good of us, the two getting married, to have and to educate children, then I think marriages can last longer. But the issue here is that people may come for a wedding, maybe to get a visa, to travel abroad.
Very true.
People are coming into this union, maybe like a source of, employment.
Very true.
That if I get married to a rich person, I'm going to be employed, I'm going to cover my financial needs. Then you cannot expect such a marriage to last.
And some of them, the job demands, there are some positions you cannot hold if you're not married.
Exactly. And when you talk about church marriage, it comes with two properties. Okay? Like you have a phone. A phone has properties. Once you buy a phone, you cannot avoid buying a battery.
Very true.
You cannot avoid putting airtime. So this marriage within the church, it also has two properties. Number one, it's monogamous. Once you take a church marriage, you have to know it is monogamous. One woman, one man.
Yes.
There we go wrong when you begin adding on other companions.
Which is the trend.
So it cannot last. But if you believe that I'm entering into the church to have my union blessed, you have to know that one of the properties of this church marriage is monogamous. One man, one woman. If we stick on that, probably marriages are going to do what? Are going to last. And property number two is indissolubility. That a union you have blessed in the church is for life. That's why when we are taking vows, we say in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, in poverty and till death do us part. Now, if we believe in that, maybe our union are going to last longer. But sometimes we don't believe in that. We are taking the vows, but we don't mean them. So that is the whole challenge, that really people are not focusing on what they are saying. But first of all, we have to undergo instructions before we wed. And we tell them all this. But human beings are human beings. Sometimes emitima gyakaluba. Okay? Emitima gyakaluba. They are taking this, but when they have ulterior motives. But others, it's out of human weakness, and we cannot blame them. We cannot blame, but you're supposed to pray and also to support them. because it's not easy to leave, covenants, to leave contracts, things like that.
Okay, our dear viewers, we are still with Father Joseph, and he's taking us through. Sometimes you've heard it is us who go off what we are meant to, because deep down, you know what you're supposed to do. And when you're doing the wrong thing, you really feel it inside most of the time. So you do these things knowing, yes, I'm supposed to do this and that, and you've heard the marriages are supposed to be one man, one woman. But then that is another trend that we shall talk about another time. There are side dishes, there are side women and side
Sugar
men.
mummies.
I don't know who is side and who is main. I don't know. So that has also partly contributed to marriages failing. So, Father Joseph, you said it's because somewhere, somehow, because of human weakness, we go off what we are supposed to. But then, okay, the homes are preparing, back home, people are preparing the bride and maybe the groom for the marriage, and also you, the church, you're playing your part, and then there are the friends. Okay, there are many parties involved in this, even if it's only, two people. But still, there's a point where you see, the man, maybe the woman, let me say the woman has played their part, but then there's this other part, maybe the man, he's not doing what he's supposed to do. Like you've talked of provision, the children, and some of them, you can't help it. They have many families, even if they're married in church. But then someone has another kid, he's taking care of his kid, somewhere else. And then somewhere, somehow, they I think they're overwhelmed, I don't know, because of the responsibilities. They end up abandoning one family because you cannot balance, and that is how most marriages end up breaking. Yes, how are we going to fill that gap? Because we know what we are supposed to do, one man, one woman, but we still go ahead and we have extramarital affairs and all that. So how is that gap going to be filled? Because it's partly contributing to most marriages breaking. Yes, because some fail to provide for these two families, and out of the blue is like, let me go with this one.
Thank you once again, Mercy. To have a lasting union in marriages, it needs when someone who failed mathematics. Okay, if you are good at mathematics, you are not going to survive this union.
How is that?
The thing is, it's when it comes, we like so much to balance the accounts. Okay, at the end of the day, at the end of the month. But here in marriage, it shouldn't be like that. You don't have to look there. You don't have to look at what I'm depositing, what am I withdrawing. So simply do your part, do the depositing. Don't look at the withdrawals. Because many people compare it in that, I put so much into this. The other party is not putting anything at all. Then I say, I'm going to end it here. Okay, but when really you come at it, the way to evaluate how much people are putting into this union, most of the time men think they are putting in a lot. Okay, we go for the introductions, men are putting in. We go for the wedding, men are doing what? Are putting in. The bride price, the dowry, and stuff like that. But you don't sit there and try to think how much the ladies are putting into this union. If I'm to take you on that journey, many men say, I put in so much, but you are not respecting me. I've done this, I'm sacrificing, but you are not doing the needful. How much money are you bringing in as a woman? But I want to tell you, to assure, our people, the listeners, the viewers, those online on CTTV, when you have this union, from the entrance into the church, you have the father of the bride assisting the daughter to process into the church. When they reach at the altar, the father of the bride is going to hand over the daughter to the husband, to the groom. Now that handing over to the groom, it means a lot. It means I, as the father of the bride, am giving up my responsibility and entrusting another what? Another man. But now this woman is going to forego so many things. Number one, this woman, the bride, is foregoing her name. Okay? Foregoing her father's name. From on that day, they are going to call her by the husband's name.
Like Mercy
Do you
Kigundu
know
here.
what it means to forego? To forego your name. I've been traditionally called so and so. Now you are changing my name today. Okay? So I'm changing my entity, the way people used to know me. So it is a woman sacrificing, happens whatever, name. Number two, this woman cannot inherit property from the father's side. Okay? Because she has crossed over. She has crossed over. She has changed the name. When it comes to succeeding, they say, no, you have a husband. Let the husband take what? So I cannot come back as a woman to my father and claim something. It means all that is gone. However rich your dad is. Okay? Secondly, when it comes to the burial, this woman is not going to be buried back home. She's changing. Now, if you have a husband who does not have a long lineage, they don't have burial grounds. Even right now, 2 days ago, people lost, a wife. And you are coming here at the church for a cemetery to bury a wife, the woman. Meaning, you have no burial ground. They cannot take you to your father's side. You left that site.
And he handed you over to another
Handed you over. Now, where you have gone to, they don't have a burial ground. So you see what the woman is sacrificing. You lose the name. Okay? You lose, access to the property of your father. You cannot be buried in the cemeteries of your father's side. You have crossed over to the man's side.
Yes.
Okay? Secondly, their figures are deformed because of childbirth. You come into the wedding, you are whatever, poquito, you are good size, whatever, but you lose your side. Because of what? Because you are going to give birth to children of your husband's side. So your figure is deformed all because of sacrificing. Giving your what? Giving your soul. So at the end of the day, who is putting in more? I who is bringing 20 millions or somebody who is sacrificing the name, the figure, the assets of my father, the burial ground. I'm giving each and everything. If I leave my husband's side and I go home, if I stay there 5 days, they are going to say, aren't you married? So they'll push me back. So at the end of the day, a woman is giving everything. If they separate, a woman has lost everything.
So it's wrong for a man to say, I'm investing in much, I invested
and
in
who is going to take a woman who has given birth to 5 children if you dump her? Who is going to take her? So here it comes a question of sacrifice and also putting yourself in the shoes of another person. Even if I don't bring in any shilling in the house, but consider what I'm doing. And because of that, you respect me. Because even though I don't bring cash, but what I'm putting into the union, into the family is much more. I'm giving my very life.
Okay, thank you, Father Joseph. Dear viewers, we are still with Father Joseph. You had him. Companionship, it means you're supposed to support each other, not so?
Sure.
Yes, let's go for a short commercial break. We shall be back.
City TV.
We've got you covered.
Okay, yes, welcome back from the short break. You're still with Mercy Kigundu for the Talk to Me show here on City TV. Yes, we got you covered. Just subscribe. You'll be receiving our hot cakes that we keep serving every other time. And I'm still with Father Joseph, who is taking us through the dynamics of marriage and how you're supposed to get through them. I think the challenges arise from us swaying away from the church. Because in the beginning, it's okay, it's good, because the marriage has been blessed, we've been blessed and all that. But then over time, maybe we detach ourselves from the church, and that's where the problems stem in. So he's reminding us that companionship is the deal in marriage, and you don't have to know mathematics. If you know Vero Balanyo, and then you're going to cause issues in the marriage. So you just have to know, without me, the other party cannot survive. And without the other party, I cannot survive. So you're in need together. You're supposed to help each other. Father Joseph,
Yes.
there's an issue, okay, that is the real deal here. Irreconcilable differences. Because we know, as a church, you are not allowed to support separation or divorce. Yeah, but then there are, marriage. People have come, they've met as adults. You grow up somewhere else, the other person grew up somewhere else, and you start living together. You have your other habits. People are not perfect, and the other person also has their other habits. Over time, 2, 3, 4 years, even maybe 10 years, people are so used to each other. They start showing each other those other bad habits, and they cannot tolerate each other. Those extremes of domestic violence, where people have reached an extent maybe of attempting to kill the other party. How do you come in? Do you still insist they should stay together because the church dictates they should be together, or there's any other solution that you can get for that?
Thank you very much, Mercy Kigundu. Now, as viewers, you are well aware the church does not support divorce. Okay, divorce is no go area for the church. So what we look at first of all is what happens before the wedding day and what happens after. If there is an issue that is so challenging but was there before the wedding day, that one the church can consider and grant an annulment to say that the union was null and void because there was something missing. For example, if one is impotent, okay, after the wedding day, no child, and we say we cannot stay together, but was it there before the wedding day? Okay, if you say maybe the lady was 17 years old, she was a minor, okay, that one the church can grant, an annulment. The marriage was null and void, issues like that. But once the union was proper on the wedding day, remember we say in good times and in bad, till death do us do what? Do us part. However, there are certain issues. For example, if one becomes mad and wants to kill the partner, should we force them to stay together? Maybe not. There the church does not say you should have a divorce, but we say separation. Separation does not mean that you man go and marry somebody else and you man go and do what? And marry. There is an issue about the discordant couples. One is HIV positive, the other is what? Is not.
Negative, yeah.
The church is not going to say divorce, but at the same time does not go to say you live your life at risk. We are going to propose a separation. A separation means you can live in different rooms. You can live in different houses, but the church still considers you as man and wife. Married, okay, yes. Except we are doing that to protect one of the partners. Because remember Jesus, we are following Jesus Christ. However much we abused him, however much we crucified him, however much we did spit on him, he did not say, I divorce you. He said, forgive them, Father, they don't know what they are doing. But he don't say, I hate them. He don't say, I'm not going to die for them. He remained on the cross to die for the good people and the bad what? The bad people. So here, we are supposed to support one another. Despite, for example, if you have a child, a teenager, okay, who is a thief, a teenager who is beating, the sisters and brothers, do you kick that teenager out of your house or you have to deal with it? Okay, so when you push somebody away, who are you throwing your partner to? Okay, if now there is COVID. Now in this COVID, I can imagine if one of the partners, is positive, has COVID, what do we have to do with the other partner? To say we divorce them? Who are you throwing that person to? They need your support. So here we don't blame, we don't condemn, but we sympathize. If there is a way of assisting these people to go through their challenges, we assist them as a church. We journey together, with that particular group. But if there is something that was missing before the wedding, the church can say that union was null and void. For example, you become an MP and you don't have the papers. However much you are sworn in, the government can come and say yours is null and void.
So they consider what was a mess before the marriage.
What was missing, the missing link.
Yes.
But
then after you walk with them.
We walk with them, we journey with them, because we need them. They are still human beings. Are we going to kill them? Are we going to shoot them? We still have to support them. Yes, but what we emphasize at the beginning is, the chemistry. We did chemistry. We're talking about mathematics. So we need some chemistry. Okay? So what did we do in chemistry? In chemistry, we're mixing hydrogen and oxygen, we get water. So if you see the marriage, have some chemistry between the two of you. Once you say, I no longer have chemistry, things are going on, the union is going to suffer. So do something in order to have the chemistry back, like when you are dating, okay? You go out, hold each other's hand, surprise your partner with a cake. Do something to bring the chemistry back.
You heard that, priest?
Yes.
Make sure the chemistry
is right. And then we lack humor. Imagine we go out and we pay to watch these comedians. But if dad, you come back home and you dance for your children and the wife, and you bring that humor, they are not going to look for the humor outside. Therefore, you are, pushing the union to work.
So you basically keep on your toes to keep things working. Yeah?
We are not going to simply sit there and think that things are going to work on themselves. We are supposed to put in. You don't put in, my friend, you are in trouble. And we should also pray. Pray for our partners. All those things are going to help us so that we stay together. Now we have, COVID. We are under lockdown. Does it mean we are going to divorce one another in a country or in the world? We need one another in good times and in bad times.
Oh, thank you very much for that, Joseph. Yes, speaking of COVID, you've made a hint on it. Now people have, previously the men left, they went for work, and most women lately, they also work. But now with the lockdown, people are, let me use the word stuck, because that's what they use. They are stuck together. Yes, I think this is the time they have to bring in the chemistry. How do you advise them? Because before you realize it, like the last lockdown, 2020, you were hearing of cases of domestic violence. People were dying of domestic violence instead of COVID itself that had them locked down in the houses. Yes, how do you advise them?
Thank you. Now, the best solution could be putting ourselves in the shoes of others. Okay? Putting ourselves in the shoes of others. Sometimes the wives are forcing the men to bring the money. But maybe the man has no what? Maybe he has no money. Think about what is going through. And if you're a man and you are hiding the money, you want to use the money alone. Okay? You want to go out there, eat, and you come back, but your children have no food. Put yourself in the shoes of the people you have left at home. If we do that, even government officials, even the priests, everybody in the world, if we can simply put ourselves in the shoes of others, I think we can beat COVID. But the challenge is we are so individualistic. I have 5 million, I don't want to share. I have the food, I don't want to share. Then the food rots away when there are people going without what? Without food. Simply, let us put ourselves in the shoes of other people who need oxygen, people who need food, people who need simply to be listened to. If we do that, I bet we are going to survive as a country, as a world.
Thank you very much, Father Joseph. Yes, you've had the priest empathize, feel for your neighbor, not specifically your not only your relatives, your blood relatives and all that, even people you don't know. If you have something to give in, please reach out to those that are in need. And speaking of that, Father, in case people need to offer some help to people during this lockdown, is there any way they can reach you?
Yes, thank you very much. First of all, we are under lockdown. We are at home. We are at the parish. So you can reach us at St. James Catholic Parish, Bina. We are always here. Father Joseph, Father Fred, Father Oscar, and many other fathers who reside here. Okay, you can physically come and find us here, or you can call me on 0772 562770. Once again, 0772 562770. But even though you don't have to come to us, there are neighbors who are needy. So find a neighbor who is, don't think in terms of only supporting the church. But if you see a neighbor, don't care about whether somebody is Catholic or not, whether somebody is your tribe or not, whether somebody is black or white. We are reaching out to humanity. Okay? Whoever you see is in need, that person will pray for you, and God is seeing your charitable works and He will reward you. Thank you very much for listening to us, for watching us. Once again, let us subscribe to City TV. Our motto is, we got you covered, and we are covering you day and night, under lockdown or not, we are there for you.
Working. Thank you very much, Father Joseph. Yes, viewers, you had the contact in case you want to help, but he has also reminded you can help your neighbor. You can reach out to anyone that resides in your area, and you help them. They don't have to be friends or relatives with you. Yes, and with time, I'll still visit the priest, and we talk more about marriage, family, and many other issues that are bothering you out there. Yes, I still remind you, observe the SOPs. Please don't visit, stay at your place, and just in case you have to move, don't forget your sanitizer and to wash your hands wherever you go. And above all, to wear your mask at all times. Mercy Kigundu for the Talk to Me show. Have a good day.